Let's talk foundation today. Okay, so did you know that statistically, the one of the major things that women stay loyal to is their foundation. If they find the perfect foundation shade that they fall in love with, they will keep buying that brand. They will not go searching for something else. They won't try other brands. They will absolutely stay loyal to foundation. So finding the right foundation for yourself as well as for your clients is a huge business building opportunity for you. Another thing that women stay loyal to is their mascara, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So let's talk about foundation. Okay, so a lot of people foundation on, and so they just think, oh my goodness, I don't want to wear foundation because I don't want to leave the house with the wrong shade and have, the line, and just I'd rather just not wear foundation than make a major makeup mistake. So, and I can understand that, and we've all seen the examples of what we don't want our foundation to look like. And so I'm here today to help you, first of all, help you pick out what foundation is right for your skin type as well as the look that you're trying to get, and to find out all of those questions so you can answer them for your clients. So let's look at the options that we have within our Mary Kay line, and then look at how to match the right shade and how to pick what's right for you. Okay, we talked yesterday about primers, so I'm a huge fan of primers, and so I do use our foundation primer a lot of times, but sometimes I actually, just in my everyday makeup when I want to get out the door, I actually use our CC cream as my primer. And so our Mary Kay CC cream, CC stands for complexion correcting cream, and this is amazing. So our complexion correcting cream has 8 benefits. So one tiny little tube and 8 benefits. The 8 things that this product does is, first of all, it protects. So it has an SPF in it. The other thing it does is it actually has a luminous skin brightener in it. So it makes your skin look more luminous, which is actually a youthful glow to your skin. The third thing it does is it has a lightweight coverage. So it has part of our mineral powder pigment. So we all know about our mineral powder. So it has mineral pigmentation in it, mixed in with the formula to help give just a slight pigment to your skin. So it does even out the overall complexion. It minimizes redness. So it has a built-in concealer that evens the overall tone of your skin. It also helps to conceal blemishes or irregular, what people call age spots or freckles. It helps to hydrate your skin for up to 10 hours. It has age-fighting benefits, so it has vitamin derivatives that help to fight against free radicals that cause aging in your skin. So you're putting on makeup that actually makes you look younger. And it also helps with the minimizing the appearance of pores and fine lines. Okay, so let's just reiterate the 8 things that it does in simple terms. Okay, so CC cream. It helps to protect your skin from the sun. It brightens your skin, it corrects your complexions, minimizes redness, helps to conceal and cover any areas you don't want to see, hydrates your skin, reduces the visible signs of aging, and defends against free radicals. All in one fabulous black tube. So I use that every single day, and so whether that ends up being the only foundation that I have on, just for a really natural look, or if I use it underneath and put another foundation on top. So CC cream. CC cream comes in 4 really super simple shades. So you've got very light, light to medium, medium to deep, and then they've just added a very deep. So it's really easy to match people's skin tone with this. You can't go wrong. I recommend anyone that does makeovers where they're stocking their kit for meeting with clients, CC cream is the thing you want to carry in your kit. For clients that want more coverage, you can get them more coverage, but this is a great place to start. Okay, so that's your base. Now, matching that shade is super easy. from here, now we have two other options. If you want more than just a supernatural out the door look, you might want to add some foundation. Now for myself, I actually do add a little bit. And so we have either our matte wear or our luminous wear. I switched this past winter to luminous wear just because it had a little bit more moisturizer in it. And I actually spent most of the summer using luminous wear as well. I didn't find it overly oily on my skin. The matte wear does have an oil mattifier in it, so if your skin is quite oily, it might be a really great idea. Again, they're color coded, purple for oily combination skin, pink for normal to dry. Okay, this is where color matching gets a little bit more complicated because now we have to look at the undertone of the skin. So when you're matching foundation for a client or for yourself, you always want to look at their lightest place on their face where they have pigment. So for someone with ivory skin tone, your lightest place is right underneath your chin. So this is where you want to match your lines. So if you're doing a stripe test, all you do is you simply take a little bit of the product. I won't show you because I have foundation on, so it's not going to show. One day I'm going to come on here with no makeup on and show you. Okay, and then you just do a little line right here. So you see it on your face and then down your jawline. And if it disappears into your jawline, you know it's the right color for your skin. If you can still see the line either up top or on bottom, then it's not the right color. So it needs to disappear here and it needs to disappear here. That is for ivory to medium beige, dark beige skin tones. When you're matching for a foundation for a client that has bronze skin tones, you're going to match them in the upper cheek area. You'll notice people with bronze skin tone have, for us, our jawline and the tops of our necks tend to be the lightest place on our face. For people with bronze skin tones, they tend to have a darker pigment around the perimeter of their face and lighter pigment in the center of their face. So when you match their foundation shade, you're not going to match on their jawline because it's going to be about 2 shades darker than their cheek. So when you're matching someone with bronze skin tone, always match in their upper cheek right here. And so you're just going to do a line right there. And so if that blends in, then that's the right shade. Even though it's slightly lighter than here, it will help to blend all of their skin tone together. So bronze skin tones you match here, ivory to beige skin tones you match there. Okay, now let's talk about undertone. So there's 3 different undertones that you have in your skin. It can either be predominantly a yellow undertone, predominantly an olive undertone, or predominantly a pink undertone. So that really just depends on anything. I mean, ivory skin tone can have all 3. So this is where it gets confusing, and I'm going to add all the charts that I'm using today down below. After I'm done, I'm going to post them in the comments. Okay, I realize this is going to be backwards for you guys, but I'm going to read them out to you. So this is a chart that shows you our foundations and what undertone they have. Because when you're matching the shades, so when you see in our lookbook and you see ivory 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they don't go pigment very, very light, darker, 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 darker. Okay, so what I don't want you to think is if someone is using an ivory 4 and it's too light for them that you automatically go to an ivory 5. You actually don't, just to confuse you. You actually go by undertone. So let's say someone is an ivory 4. So an ivory 4 is a yellow undertone. So if she needs to go 1 shade darker, she goes to a beige 1. I know, shocking, right? She skips ivory 5, 6, and 7 and goes right to a beige 1 because that's the next one in line with the yellow undertone. Let's say she's using an ivory 5, which is an olive undertone, and she needs to go darker. She would go to a beige 4, which is the next in line with an olive undertone. If she has a pink undertone, the pink undertones go ivory 1, ivory 3, ivory 6, ivory 7, beige 3. That's how they go in numerical order. I don't expect you to memorize this because I do not have this memorized and I've worked with these colors every day for years. I'm going to put this chart below but this is, I literally have this sitting on my desk and probably look at it a couple times a week. Anytime I'm matching someone with foundation shade, I always refer to the chart. So that's the most important thing to keep in mind. Our foundation shades do not run in numerical order. So although we have ivory 1 to 7 and then like beige 1 to 8, they do not, the pigmentation colors do not work all the way down. You need to go undertone all the way down. Okay, so how do you decide undertone? The easiest way to do that, again, back to the stripe test. So if you don't know what color someone is, but you know looking at her that she is an ivory, you can simply take an ivory 4, an ivory 5, and an ivory 6. A 4 is a yellow tone, a 5 is an olive undertone, and a 6 is a pink undertone. Do a stripe. So go yellow undertone, ivory 4, go olive undertone, ivory 5, and then go pink undertone, ivory 6. You'll have 3 stripes on her face. You'll be able to tell immediately which one disappears. And then from there, let's say that one disappears, but you need something slightly lighter or something darker, you can adjust it either way. But that allows you to find out immediately what her undertone is. Okay, so that's foundation undertones. Super important. I'm going to put this chart down below. Okay, now, preference as far as the amount of pigment she wants on her face. So she has the Magic CC cream on. It's doing all 8 things all at the same time. Now she wants another step. She wants to have a flawless finish. So what kind of flawless finish does she want? Does she want it to have a matte finish? Is her skin combination oily? You would then go to the Matte Wear foundation. Does she want a luminous finish? Does she want her skin to look dewy? Does she have drier skin and so she needs the extra hydration? Then you would go to luminous wear. Does she want a really natural look? Then she could either finish off her CC cream with a mineral powder, or she could just finish off her CC cream with a sheer powder. Okay, the sheer powders come in the compacts. Mineral powder is buildable. Sheer powder is not. Okay, they're all mineral powders, pigment from the same place, different formula. Okay, so mineral powder is a buildable foundation, so you can go from a very, very light coverage just to cover your CC cream or to even out your skin tone, and you can actually add more pigment by each time you go over the face with the brush with the mineral powder. It will build the foundation. Now, it won't get globby, so it's not going to collect in all the fine lines and it's not going to all sit on top of each other. Basically what happens is think of pigment as dots. Okay, for any of you that remember dot matrix printers, and some of you are going to say, I have no idea what that is. Okay, so think of it as ink dots. And the further apart the ink dots are, the more sheer the coverage is. The closer together the ink dots are, the more coverage you get. So, with your luminous wear and your matte wear, these have more ink dots in it. So when you put it on, there's going to be less natural skin showing through. With a sheer powder, there is only a small amount of ink dots, so you're going to have dots covering your skin, but there's still going to be natural skin shining through. This is where mineral powder foundation comes in. Using a brush, going over your face, you're going to get sheer coverage. But you can use the brush again, go over your face one more time, and you're going to be adding more ink dots beside the first ones. So they don't stack on top of each other, they slide in beside each other. So the more you put on, the more slide in and tuck in beside each other, the more coverage you're going to get. So when they talk about buildable coverage, they don't mean that your foundation and your product is going to get thick. It means buildable in the way that they slide in beside each other, and then you get tighter connections of the little dots, okay? So that's where mineral powder comes on. You can put it on all over, apply it 2 to 3 times, and get really great coverage from a mineral powder foundation. Now, if I'm working with a mineral powder, I definitely am going to use this is my finishing spray. I'm going to use that between layers because it just helps to hold it all together. Okay, so that's your mineral powder. And The next one that I want to talk about that I didn't cover yet is our Endless Performance Cream to Powder Foundation. Now, I feel like this one kind of gets ignored really easily because people get it confused with sheer powder. Two completely different products, okay? This is basically for carrying in your purse and powdering your nose during the day. This one is actually a standalone foundation all on its own. So this doesn't go on top of anything. The only thing you could put this on top of is either your primer or your CC cream. And even then, I prefer it just on bare skin on top of my primer. I don't like putting anything else with it because, again, this is a standalone product. So what does it do? First of all, you can pop it into one of our Mary Kay compacts, so it's really easy to carry with you. You can apply it with one of our, I like it best using our blending sponge, our beauty blender. This is the best way that I like to put it on. It gums up your brushes, so don't use your brushes, use a sponge. And what this actually does, let me tell you the stats on this product. This actually is temperature resistant. So it honestly is melt proof and humidity proof. So if you're going somewhere where you want to keep your makeup on all day, and the reason being is because this is a cream and with a built-in powder. So you know how when you put your cream foundation on and it's super humid and really warm outside and you need to powder your nose during the day? Your powder is already built in with your cream, so you're actually powdering your nose already when you leave the house. So this is actually a humidity-proof foundation, as well as it's actually transfer resistant. So it's something that, you know, you're not necessarily going to get it on the collars of your clothes or on your jackets or anything like that. So this is great for summertime, great for people that just like a simple step because this goes straight on top of your primer. You're not having to worry about building it as much. Okay, so put it on with a sponge. It gives you a really velvety finish to your skin. So that is Endless Performance Cream to Powder Foundation. It's good for all skin types too. It does have, because it's a cream with a built-in powder, does have a little bit of oil control in it, but not to the point where someone with normal skin can't wear it. It won't dry out your skin. I'm going to actually put the shade chart for that as well down below in the comments later. So you've got all the shade charts for matching this one up. Okay. Now another thing that I'm going to add down below is our shade comparison chart. So let's say you have someone on Luminous Wear foundation and they're currently using Luminous Wear Ivory 5, and you just heard all about our fabulous Endless Performance cream to powder, and you think my friend Susie is going to want to try this. You just go straight across on this chart and it will show you which shade in the new cream to powder she should be using. So just to confuse you, if she's using an Ivory 5 Luminous Wear foundation, then her cream to powder is going to be an Ivory 2, not an Ivory 5, because again, undertone. Okay, so you're not going to memorize these numbers. I'm going to post it down below for you. The funnest thing is just figuring out what shades you are in all the different formulas. Try the different formulas. You are your best advocate for your products. When people see you looking great, your skin looks awesome, that's your best selling technique that you can have with this business. Okay, I think that's it for today. So those are foundations. I'm going to put a lot of the information below, and if you have any questions, you can post those. But basically, what I recommend as far as foundation goes, your two best tips I can give you: use a primer, use finishing spray. Always have a primer in your skin, layer the steps with finishing spray, and your skin will look fabulous all day long. Have a great day.